And good evening from the First Alert Weather Center. We're going to look at the tropics just real quick because this can affect our weather. There's Grace out in the Gulf of Mexico, the Bay of Campeche, running into Mexico, so it's going to be Mexico's problem technically. But a lot of that energy could influence us over the next several days. Otherwise, it's pretty clear out in what has been a pretty busy Eastern Pacific hurricane season. And also getting busy is out in the Atlantic, and there's a little pathway right there that is Henry, heading up the East Coast. We're going to have to watch that closely. And of course, with these systems, they transfer a lot of energy, basically a lot of heat and moisture to the higher latitudes. But of course, they can be very destructive, even though they are very important to the planet for its cooling mechanism by getting all that energy to the north or way down to the south, depending on the time of year. And they're going to have to watch out closely for a lot of heavy rain. That would be out toward the Cape Cod area. Looks like Boston might take this right on the nose as far as a tropical storm. Rare that they go into that area, not completely unheard of though, so they are probably very ready for that. And as far as us, a lot of that energy back east, well, we sure wish we could have a little bit of that rain on the west coast. We are getting an area of low pressure though that is helping a little bit to some of the west, for portions of the west. Overall though, for us, it's not far enough south to even get to Northern California, which is desperate for rain. Like everybody is, but of course that would also help the fire situation, but it is giving us a pretty robust onshore flow, and as long as we have that going, it helps to keep us at least on the mild side. Now, the next couple of days, could we possibly see some of this generating a little bit of drizzle as it really pushes far inland? I like to use LA. The coastal ranges really are absent here. They are very prevalent in our neighborhood, but in this part of the world, it goes all the way back to the very large mountain ranges, so there's a big area that it has to cross, and it's kind of neat to see how far it can go, that marine layer, and whenever it bounces way inland, you know it's very strong. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of the same the next couple of days with a very strong onshore flow. And if we look at the wide shot, look how mild the coastline is, and inland areas, as you can see as it spins in through, Phoenix, 80s, 90s, even very low 100s is actually on the cold side for them. And I mean, look at that. Sunday, 5 o'clock, they're only going to be in the low 100s. They will take that with a smile because it probably won't last, and it won't. Once we get to the middle and second half of next week, we are expecting a little bit of a warm-up. So speaking of warm-ups, we'll go ahead and look at the south coast. A really mild to warm day for many areas, just absolutely beautiful. A little bit of drizzle, though, is not out of the question. Not likely, and it won't be widespread, but there is a chance with that thick marine layer going really far inland across southern and central California that we could very well see a few drops here and there. So you can see just a beautiful, stellar day. I mean, these temperatures are more like maybe spring-like in a sense, that they're just not that warm inland and that strong onshore flow, keeping things really, really mild. So for August, late August, no complaints at all. Surf will start to fade a little bit. That's why we still have a heightened sort of a surf alert, if you will, beach hazard statement for the coastline. It will drop off tomorrow as swell will drop from the west and the south, and high tides are pretty high at night. And there's your Santa Maria forecast, and look at that. You'll notice it is really steady as she goes throughout much of the next few days. And then when we get to about Wednesday and Thursday of next week, you're going to see that transition as we start to warm things up and we start to see that mercury going the other way, which is definitely up. So inland areas will likely go back into the 90s and even triple digits as we head into I think that's officially the last weekend of August.